Here in Belgium, one of the smaller countries of Europe, the tradition of fine arts and craft has been kept alive by a beauty-loving people through both war and peace. Belgium is essentially an industrial country. Agriculture plays a big part in her economic life. And with worldwide food shortages today, the farmer is an important man. If it were not for him, wooden shoes in Flanders would be a thing of the past. But the farmer prefers them for his work in the field. So the wooden shoemaker is still busy at his bench, carving out the same kind of footwear that his ancestors used. Today, modern factories easily produce these shoes, but this old craftsman fashions most of the wood by hand, taking pride in a colorful job well done. Yes, if you listen carefully, you'll still hear wooden shoes clattering in Belgium. Ask a homeward-bound tourist what souvenirs she's taking with her from Belgium, and she'll promptly reply, why, lace and linen, of course. If she didn't purchase the lace in a Brussels shop, the traveler no doubt found it in picturesque Bruges, ancient city of medieval architecture, canals and bridges, and home of many famous artists of the Flemish school. Bruges is the queen of lace, because through at least 4 centuries, she has preserved unbroken the tradition of the lace world. Legend supports the theory that bobbin lace originated here. Today, it seems that everyone in Bruges is familiar with the intricacies in this art, learning the technique in school of 3 R's. Some of these girls will eventually contribute their handicraft regularly to the lace market, while others may continue lace making merely as a fascinating hobby. A few will go out of the normal school, where they'll learn to instruct classes in this exquisite art. Already those little women are producing acceptable pieces of lacework. They learn by doing and by studying carefully the charts that the teacher provides for them. All the little girls enjoy the excitement of visitors in their classrooms. When one has the experience of age like Sabine here, the oldest lace maker in Bruges, she can work serenely without patterns. By now, the cushions, pins, and bobbins are second nature to her. Of course, there are all kinds of lacework, from the common to the fabulous. This large piece, designed and executed by the women of Belgium for the New York World's Fair of '39, is worth a fortune and represents thousands of work hours. A treasure in lace, indeed. Some of the most beautiful tablecloths combine lace with fine quality Belgian linen. Through Flanders' fields of poppies, beyond the scenic beauty of Belgium's fertile land, where the farmer and his wife are active from dawn to dusk, producing a nation's food. On to the smoky horizons of Belgium's industrial center, known as Le Borinage. Factories here, of course, use the techniques of mass production. But in a country whose people are known for their love of beauty, the skilled artisan is still an honored man. For instance, Mr. Aubry of Beauvais. Now here's a true craftsman, the master potter at his wheel. He's a recognized authority on the ancient craft of pottery and is often consulted for his knowledge by handicraft schools in other countries. It may look easy, but only long years of apprenticeship qualify an expert. When the molded clay has hardened, Mr. Aubry paints his vase in the traditional muted colors. To set the color, the vase must then be baked in the pottery oven. There are tricks to every trade. This is the potter's handleman, whose peculiar skill confines him to the delicate task of fitting loops, ears, or holders to the various pieces of crockery. The finished objects are unique works of art, each piece individual, no two articles alike. That is the joy in owning the handiwork of a master craftsman. Liege, a large industrial city on the River Meuse in southern Belgium, is well known to Americans who read the newspapers during the 2 world wars. Some of those Americans may not realize that the lovely Belgian glassware they are so proud to own was created in this region. For on the outskirts of Liege are the famous old Val St. Lambert Glassworks. Here the hot breath of boiling crystal escapes from the gaping jaws of 42 giant furnaces, around which men must work rapidly, precisely. Glassmaking is the noblest of trades, and in the old days it was the only trade that a gentleman could adopt without losing caste. Today the glassworker, the blower, the cutter, or the etcher, is still a remarkable craftsman. It takes 15 years apprenticeship to make a simple glass. Here's a young executive of Val St. Lambert who will explain to you the 8 steps involved in the creation of a single goblet. 1. The raw piece of crystal as it comes from the furnace. 2. Blown in a mold, the goblet takes shape. 3. A new piece of crystal is added at the bottom. 4. This added crystal is pulled in the shape of a stem. The opening at the top, or the glass blower's pipe, remains till the 7th step. 5. Another piece of melted crystal becomes the base. 6. The base is carefully shaped and leveled. 7. Only now is the top cut off. 8. The brim is reheated, beveled and polished, and here's the finished goblet. Val St. Lambert is particularly famous for its cut crystal. The cutter, too, is a fine craftsman with many years of apprenticeship behind it. His hand must be as steady as a surgeon's. His eyesight is keen. These men are buffing and polishing his finished pieces. Now watch the etching specialist. Delicate figures and designs enhance the scintillating beauty of the finest crystal. The showroom at Val St. Lambert displays hundreds of pieces, vases, bowls, goblets, and glasses, each of exquisite design and all of superior quality. These early pieces from the company's museum prove that the tradition of superb crystalware is an old one at Val St. Lambert. Yes, the tradition of fine handicrafts and the people's love of things beautiful are as alive in Belgium today as they were in centuries long past.